Hello and welcome to Health Talk. I'm Dr. Manny. In the blink of an eye, Todd Crawford's wife was gone. Beloved New York City journalist and mother, Lisa Colagrossi, died suddenly from a brain aneurysm at the age of 49. An estimated 6 million people in the United States have an unruptured brain aneurysm. Todd is here today because spreading awareness about this condition has become his mission, so other families don't have to feel the same pain. Thank you so much for coming, and you know, I'm so glad that you feel so strong about bringing the word and telling people exactly what's going on with brain aneurysms, and certainly keeping the memory of your life, of your wife alive. But tell me what happened to her the day that it all happened.
Sure. So it was the morning of March 19th, which was the first day of March Madness basketball games around the country. And we were all at home preparing, finalizing our brackets to see whose bracket was going to get busted that day. Lisa called the house, said good morning to all of us, like she would normally do, to tell everyone that she loved them. And about 9:30, I got the phone call from a neurosurgeon at Cornell Presbyterian Hospital, and that's the call that I instantly knew would change our lives forever.
Did she have any symptoms leading up to that day?
She did. So she had what she described as the worst headache of her life, probably twice or three times a week for a period of about 5 weeks leading up to her rupture the morning of March 19th. And she would walk through the door, it's the first thing she would say, "I have the worst headache of my life."
And did she follow it up, or did she just I know she was an incredible journalist and busy, but she didn't follow it up with anybody.
I asked her after probably about 3 weeks if we should, go get that checked out. She just dismissed it. And I think we dismissed it because, doctor, we didn't know anything about brain aneurysms. There's no awareness in this country for the classic signs and symptoms. So we had no idea what we were dealing with, and therefore just attributed it to stress and lack of sleep.
And she was working up to that moment. She
Yes.
was reporting on TV, I think, that morning.
Correct.
When we look at the statistics and, brain aneurysms, and I'll just interject here, they're silent. They're anatomical malformations of, some of the vessels in the brain. And 50% of them do not rupture, right?
Correct.
Was there any history in her family of brain aneurysm?
None. But here's regarding the statistics. The statistics are greatly underreported because a lot of times brain aneurysms are misdiagnosed.
Right.
The cause of death is actually attributed to something else. Lisa went into cardiac arrest. Had she not been brought back after 12 minutes, most likely her cause of death would have been attributed to heart failure.
Right.
So there are 6 million people in the country walking around with brain aneurysms, but the only way that you are diagnosed with a brain aneurysm is you have a rupture, or you go in for a completely unrelated medical procedure requiring a CAT scan or MRA, and the results come back and diagnose you with a brain aneurysm. So I guarantee the 6 million is more like 12 to 15 million in this country.
Are there any risk factors that people should be aware of?
There are. The four biggest are smoking, hypertension, drug and alcohol abuse, but none of those applied to Lisa. So there's something else that is going on that we need to, a lot more research and need to understand, because there's a difference between someone who walks around with a brain aneurysm and lives to be 90 years old and someone like Lisa who ruptures at 49.
You're so passionate, and I know you love your wife so much. You created a foundation.
We did.
The Lisa Colagrossi Foundation and the Lucky 7.
Correct.
What is that?
So the Lisa Colagrossi Foundation, what we're trying to do is create a parent organization in this country that will represent brain aneurysms for everyone. It's not just about Lisa, it's about everyone who has ever been affected, died, or survived a brain aneurysm. And we hope that the foundation will become the largest private funder of brain aneurysm programs in the areas of awareness, education, research, and support in the near future. The Lucky 7 Challenge is the first major initiative, fundraising campaign, first national fundraising campaign from brain aneurysms by the foundation. Our goal is to raise $7 million over the next 7 months. Very aggressive, but it's a very simple concept. 7 was Lisa's lucky number. It was her station she worked for here in New York. So we're asking and making an appeal to everyone out there, you, all of your viewers, to log on to lisaslegacy7.org, donate an amount with the number 7 in it, a minimum of $7, and then nominate 7 other individuals on social media to do the exact same thing.
When the dollars get, you mentioned a couple of things, awareness and education, research, let's say, and treatment. Of those areas, where do you think we're a little bit more deficient in?
So if we're successful in our goal, the majority of the funds are going to go towards awareness, to raising awareness for the classic signs, symptoms, and risk factors for brain aneurysms, because if somebody's walking around with a symptom like Lisa was for 5 weeks, we dismissed it. I don't want them to. I want them to know what they are, what they're dealing with, to go into the emergency room, see their doctor, and insist on a CAT scan or MRA. And we will be developing and rolling out the first ever national public service announcement campaign, and already have a commitment from a very high-profile celebrity to tape the PSA for us, to do just that, to raise awareness for the signs and symptoms.
All right. Well, listen, what you're doing is fantastic. How's the family doing?
We're okay. We're in the process of piecing things together and trying to adjust to our new normal and figure out what that looks like. But we'll be okay longer term. It's just going to be a very long process. Right. But thanks for asking.
All right. The last word again, where can people get more info and where can they log on?
They can log on to lisaslegacy7.org, hit the donate button. There's information there about brain aneurysms, and they can take the Lucky 7 challenge.
All right. Thank you so much, and I hope you come back and give us some updates on everything. And if you have any health questions, send them here at Fox at Dr. Manny at foxnews.com. Until next time, I'm Dr. Manny.